Welcome back. We are going to do a little potting, a little winter sowing. Maybe it's too late for that. I don't know. We're certainly going to try it. So I'm going to gather up all of my supplies and we're going to get started. Okay, I'm back. Now I've got my tape, I've got some seeds and some more seeds over here. I have 3 jugs, so we may do this again. I've got my little bucket that I keep my open potting soil in. I bought that bucket with a dream of like mixing my own, like some sand and potting soil and making my own little mixture. And I never did it. But what I did find was that bucket is really good to store my potting soil in. So this little mat is really good. I'm trying to snap the corners. You just snap the little corners up and it makes almost like a tray. Just kind of keeps the dirt corralled. Now I have not done winter sowing before, so we're going to go on this journey together. My friend Patty has encouraged me. She does it. Maybe this snap's just not going to snap. We'll see. Maybe it's not. There we go. Oh, the dogs are barking. Okay, we're going to take, this is just an indoor potting mix. It's what I have. I also have some perlite that I can mix with it if I think it's going to be a little bit too thick or heavy, and I don't think it is, so I think we won't use that. But I'm going to get this started. It's pretty wet and it's holding form, so I'm not going to add any water right now. All of the things that I've seen have said to add water until it will hold form. But since this holds form pretty well, we're going to just go with it. And I'm going to put some of this in here, and then we're going to add our seeds. We're going to label it and tape them up. Now this one is like a laundry detergent jug. I haven't seen anybody say that you can use those, but I haven't seen anybody say that you can't, so we are going to try it. I have holes in the bottom already, so it should drain out pretty well. And the top is made so that the liquid runs back in, so it should be okay. We'll see. Maybe I'll find out next year I don't want to do that, but it should be okay. I don't know that I've got enough holes in the bottom of that. Let me see if I can cut some more with this knife. Now I will say this is a whole lot harder to cut than the milk jugs. The milk jugs or water jugs are so much easier to cut, and I don't buy a lot of things in those. But I got those from people that are on a CPAP machine, so I'm expecting to get a few more. So this is my first day of doing this. I hope to have more because I have more things I want to plant. And even things that come up in the garden that come up later that self-sow, like Cleome and Touch-Me-Nots, I feel like those would do really well because they self-seed, and so they overwinter. The seeds overwinter pretty well outside, so I think those would be a good option to seed. I've also heard echinacea is really good, so let's see what we have. Okay, welcome back. I will have to go get some water because I forgot that, but we've got, now as far as labels go, I am not really good with that. I don't have the little plastic label spade things, but we'll work with what we've got, and next time we do it, I'll be a little bit better. So I bought tons. I'm going to plant these straight out. This coleus, I'm very excited about. I'm going to save that though till the next one. That's my lettuce. I've got a lot of lettuce, and those chives I think I'm going to go ahead and plant. They can kind of start. Here's a sweet pea. I want to get started with it. I've got larkspur and coneflower and some asters. I don't know how asters do. I'm going to research that a little bit more, and I'm going to do the sweet pea because I think that's going to do really well. Now, because I don't have any way to label, they say to put the label, the recommendation is to put the label, to label inside and outside. I don't have anything to put inside, so what I'm going to do is tear the name off and put it on the inside, and then just hope that that works. So I'm going to put these sweet pea seeds in. I'm going to do them pretty thickly. It says to plant them a ½ inch, so I'm just kind of covering them up a little bit. And then I do have some perlite right here, and I'm just going to put some perlite over the top, and this is just going to hold the moisture. I'll water them in, and then that's going to just hold that moisture on them, we think, in theory, we hope. And then I'm going to tape it and label it, but I will water it first. And so this is a coneflower. We're going to do this one, and I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to take the top of the container. Now on my Touch Me Nots and my coleus, I'm not buying those. I just gathered those from my garden last year, so I will have to figure out a way to actually, oh, and those are a depth of 1/4 of an inch, so just barely in there. And I'm going to I'll put the perlite back on top of here and mix that in to hold the water. And I'll get that watered in and we'll label it up. But I'm going to tuck this in here. Maybe that'll help if the labeling on the outside doesn't do. So I've got larkspur here, so we're going to go ahead and do it, and we'll do it in here. I think it'll be okay. I have faith that this, even though it's a little bit darker, it's still going to be okay. Oh gosh, there's a million seeds in here. Well, golly, we're going to try it. How about that? And we'll just see how thick it goes. Okay, I got it mixed in. I'm going to put that perlite over the top. And then I'll be right back. We'll water these in and get it finished. Okay, I'm back. I think we've gotten, oh, I've got to put the larkspur, the name in here so we can get that, just in case something should happen and we can't tell what I've got on the outside. We will see. But I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be a fun project. We'll keep an eye on it. I will keep you updated, and we will see what the result is. We will definitely be interested to know what's going on. So this extra dirt, I'm just going to put in the bottom of my container, and I'll move this over here. And so now I'm gonna water this through. The good news is this table has got holes in it, so I can just water straight on in on top of this and not worry about a mess that I'm making. And if you've watched me very often, you know I don't really worry about making a mess. So I'll water that in real good. We'll get the whole thing really good and wet. And I wish I had a mister that would keep the seeds from moving, but I don't. So the next time we do it, I'll try to have a mister so that I don't disrupt the seeds so much when I water them in. And yeah, I'm excited. Now my hands are really dirty. I've been spray painting because I've been making the little Easter bunnies and the little chocolate bunnies that I spray paint brown. And I'll try to give you an update on those too here in just a second. But we'll let these water in, and then I'm going to tape them up and label them. Okay, we've gotten it done. What a mess. These are not pretty. If I had an option, if I had more of the good water jugs, I would probably not try to use this. It was harder to poke the holes. It was harder to cut open. Could be why nobody's recommended using it, but instead we've got larkspur in it. We'll see how that comes out. And I know it's a little bit darker than this one. I've got sweet peas in this one and coneflowers in this one. This one I hadn't even cut the holes in the bottom until I'd already watered it in, so I had to get under it and cut it. It's made a mess. That's okay. I'm going to take these around to the side of the house, place them, and when I go over there, I'm going to go ahead and plant some of this early lettuce that I can go ahead and plant 1st of March. So we'll see. They're very tolerant of frost, the kind that I got, supposedly. And then I've got some other seed packets that we will do more of these when I get some more of these. And I'll just keep adding to my little plastic jug garden. Okay, we're back. We're going to try to get some stuff planted back here in this little raised bed. I've had to add some additional drainage the last few years. It's been too wet. And then last year, after I added my drainage, it was too dry. So I added these little clay pots to add water in so that it kind of permeates out of the clay pots. And with these little lids, it's just a regular like 6-inch pot with a saucer. And I just put the saucer over it and it makes like a little reservoir. I think there's something that's called, but I don't exactly know what it is. So I already have some chives in here. This, I don't remember what this is, and I'm hoping it'll come back. This I know is a perennial, but when I get my cutters back here, I'll cut that off. Not a perennial, an annual. I'll cut this off and just let the roots kind of die and become some more organic matter in the system. In the roots will just die out and it will just feed the soil. I've got some parsley that's actually made it, some sedum. This is some lemon balm and oregano. So I've got some things in here. This is an asparagus fern that is worse for wear. And I'm going to cut that off and then again just let those roots die instead of pulling them out. And then I'll replace these up here with I'll put something in those. But I've got a little parsley here and I think it's going to make it. It looks like it has not succumbed to the winter and it's going to make it. So we're going to plant, I've got some different lettuces and we're going to go ahead and plant them. It's the 1st of March. It's a little early. And, you know, I tend to like to live dangerously in the garden. So we're going to go ahead and plant them and see if we can get anything to grow. Okay, I've got, I put these Waldman's dark leaf lettuce right here. I've already smoothed those in. I'm doing it with one hand. And then I'm going to put the other just regular leaf lettuce all around in here. Hey everybody, we're back on a different day and it is not so warm and not so balmy today. And it's almost the end of the day, so I'm going to take these sunglasses off and we're going to do one more of these. I've got some 4 o'clocks and I don't know if you would be familiar with a 4 o'clock, but it's an old-fashioned flower. One that I think most everybody, this is probably making a terrible noise, isn't it? One that I think most everybody's grandmother might have had, but they open up at the end of the day and I think they have to have full sun. So I'm in this backyard at the end of the day typically. So I want to plant them back here because that's when they smell so fragrant when they open up at the end of the day. And for those of you that have safety concerns, I'm sure that I'm scaring you to death with this knife, but I promise you, I'm being careful. Can we believe it? I'm cutting a few more holes. There's probably a better way to do this, but this is how I'm doing it. So, get this punched in. I know I'm probably scaring y'all to death, but I promise I'll be careful. And close it up. There's so many old superstitions about knives and holding a knife and cutting a knife. So I'm going to get our dirt and we're going to get started planting our 4 o'clocks. Okay, I did not have my dirt ready, but now I do. I've got my little canister here. So let me get this ready and I'll get the dirt put in our jug. Okay, everybody, here we go. I'm going to put this one over with our others. I'm going to put it right there. So there we go. We got our little things going. So there's the larkspur. And let's see what this one is. Sweet peas. And yeah, so that was 3-1 that I did those. I didn't put the date on this. I may get the pen and put the date on it. But you can see my red buds are blooming. But look here. This is the little bit of lettuce that I planted. And some more. I have some chives. I don't know when I can plant the chives. But this is the oregano. And my chives, I've cut chives. You can see I've cut them a couple of times and used them. And some sedum and lemon balm, some parsley there. I've got some oregano over here. All of these beds need to be cleaned out, and I am so ready for the warm weather. I think there's some little, with the boxwood, some little mushrooms that have grown. And here we are. We've got a lot we need to do, a lot of cleanup. It still looks like somebody's had a party out here. But over here is my forsythia. Right there. That beautiful. Well, the problem is you can see the back of my little area that I compost and put all my junk. But I'm going to clean that up. We're going to get a border there where you won't be able to see. Thank you so much for joining me and taking some time for some gardening. There's my little, let me move over here where you can see my little bed of plastic jugs. I'm hoping that that works well, and I'm going to keep you posted on the lettuce and how that comes along. So today's the 12th, so in 12 days I've got a good germination on the lettuce that's come up, and hopefully I'm not too awfully late on the winter sowing. I think we'll be okay, and especially on those. The next ones I'm going to do are the ones that also self-seed, so I think those will be safe as well, and it won't really matter when I do them. So I'm looking forward to one of the neighbors keeping you all informed in my gardening. And next week I'll do some video around of all the different gardens. So I have the side garden, I have the back, I have the island in the way back, and then the fence back, have the front, and then the side front. I call them all different things. I'm going to have to come up with better names. A lot of people have better names for their flower beds, and I'm going to have to come up with a better name. So thank you again for coming along this journey and bearing with me as I get used to doing this, the videoing part. I love to work in the yard. Couldn't really tell it by the way it looks, but it's going to look better, and I will see you next time.